Right, hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making my predictions for game week number 6 of the 25-26 Premier League season. But first, let's have a look at how I did last week. I got 3 outcomes correct and 1 scoreline correct. I did correctly predict Crystal Palace to beat West Ham 2-1, so that is 5 points for last week, taking my season total up to 42. And here is how the Premier League table looks after 5 matches. Some interesting teams in positions you wouldn't expect. But first, I want to say to like and subscribe. I am going to set a like target here of 5 likes, as always. Let's push on, and without further ado, let's begin this week's set of matches. And the first matchup is the early kickoff on Saturday, 12:30. It is Brentford against Manchester United. And Manchester United got a good win against Chelsea. Both sides down to 10 men. Casemiro getting the red card for Man United there. And Brentford, they lost, I think, 3-1 to Fulham. That wasn't good. But going back to their home stadium, I think I wouldn't put it past Manchester United losing here because that's just the club they are. But I don't know what to go with here. I'm half tempted to sit on the fence here, but I am also half tempted for a Brentford win. I think I'm going to sit on the fence with this one, with a 1-1 draw to kickstart the Saturday off. So 1-1 is where I'm going on game 1 here. Next up, we've got Leeds against Bournemouth. And, well, Leeds just beat Wolves 3-1 on the road at Molineux, a very good win for them. Bournemouth played out a 0-0 ball draw against Newcastle. Again, this is another tricky one where I don't really know what to go with here. I don't see many goals in here, if any. Do I go back-to-back goalless draws for Bournemouth? Or this is hard because I could give either side a goal to win the match. I am going to sit on the fence again with a 0-0 draw. I, for some reason, can't see any goals in this one. So 0-0 is where I'm going on this one. And next up, we've got Chelsea against Brighton. And these are 2 more sides that have been impressive this season. I have preferred Brighton at the Amex this season, and this is at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, last week, of course, they lost 2-1 to Man United, and Sanchez was sent off, their goalkeeper, replaced by Jorgensen. I think he might be here for this match, maybe. I just don't know about having their, irregular goalkeeper in there. I don't know about them. And Brighton, they've been impressive, and I feel like I've slightly underestimated them this season. Minter scored the goal, one of the goals against Tottenham, and that 2-2 draw. But I am going to... I know it's boring and it's another draw, but it's a third different scoreline. I'm going for a Desmond on this one, a 2-2 draw. It wouldn't surprise me. I think Chelsea could be leading for quite a while, or coming into the dying stages, and Brighton snatch an equaliser, a bit like Tottenham did to them last week. So 2-2 is where I'm going on this one. Next up, we've got Manchester City against Burnley. And with this being at the Etihad, for me, this is not going to be a draw. This is going to be a clear Man City win. And look, Burnley got a 1-1 draw against Forest. And as I keep saying, their defence is strong in the Championship, in the Premier League. Their defence is really strong. But this is Man City. This is a Man City side at home. I know Man City are struggling this season, but at home they are a different team. I feel like the home support will get them over the line. and they're going to roll Burnley over 3-0. 3-0 is where I'm going on this one. Of course, Donnarumma does make mistakes. I feel like Burnley are strong enough to score a goal here. But I'm going for a Man City clean sheet. They need a good result to push on towards the title. So 3-0 is where I'm going. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace against Liverpool. And this is another tricky one because Crystal Palace have been mighty impressive this season as well. But this is Liverpool. And I feel like I'm going to, for some reason, looking at the matches week on week, be predicting them to drop points until it happens. They got that 2-1 win against Everton over the weekend. And Crystal Palace, of course, they beat West Ham 2-1. That's West Ham. I feel like Palace at home are strong enough to get something here. Liverpool haven't been playing at their brilliant best. Yeah, they've been getting wins, and 4 of the 5 have been last-minute winners. I'm sorry, I know it's boring, but this is interesting here. I'm going for a 1-1 draw on this one. I've been impressed with Palace this season, and I think Palace can get a result here against Liverpool. One of the very few matches I think Liverpool will drop points this season. But 1-1 is where I'm going on this one. And next up, we've got Nottingham Forest against Sunderland. And, Ange Ball hasn't really been working much since he's joined Forest. But at least in the Premier League, this is his first home match in charge. And Forest are strong enough to get a result here. And Sunderland, they've been strong, especially Isidore. He's been scoring the goals for them, left, right and centre here. I know it's boring, but I look at these games and I think draw again. I know it's boring, but I can't pick a winner here. I'm going 1-1 again. There will be some matches where we'll pick a winner, I promise, but in this one, 1-1 draw. I think both sides are going to be happy with the point, especially Sunderland. Sunderland on the road. I keep saying it, Sunderland I think will pick up most of their points at home at the Stadium of Light this season. But I think they're strong enough to get a result over the line at Forest, and a Forest side just starting to work under Postecoglou's strategies. So 1-1 is where I'm going on this one. And next up, we've got Tottenham against Wolves. And Wolves, they went 1 goal up against Leeds at Molineux over the weekend and then lost 3-1. And Tottenham showed some fighting spirit to come back and draw 2-2 against Brighton last week. Wolves are bottom of the table for a reason. They keep conceding goals, they keep shipping goals, and I think they're going to ship some more to Spurs here, the Spurs side that are on a roll. I'm going 2-0 Tottenham on this one. I know it's very un-Spurs-like to not concede a goal, but I just look at Spurs and Wolves' performances, and I think Spurs will roll them over. So 2-0 is where I'm going on this one. Next up, we've got Aston Villa against Fulham. And this is another tricky one. Villa picked up their first goal and their first point. No, it's not their first point. But it was their first goal of the season against Sunderland in the Premier League. And, what a goal it was by Matty Cash as well. Go and watch it if you haven't. And Fulham, of course, they beat Brentford 3-1. And I was tempted to go a draw on this one, but I've gone very draw happy in this game week, and I think Aston Villa might actually look for a response, especially at home. And at Villa Park, I'm going to give Villa their first win of the season, their first 3 points with their 2-1 win. Can I see it happening? Probably not, but I'm going for it because something just tells me that they might get this win over the line. Heard Matty Cash's interview after the Sunderland match. He said they've got to start playing as a unit, as a team, to get results over the line. And I have a feeling they'll go back to Villa Park and get the win. So 2-1 Villa is where I'm going. Next up, we've got Newcastle against Arsenal. Both these sides drew yesterday. Newcastle with that 0-0 draw against Bournemouth, and Arsenal with a 1-0 draw against Man City. I mean, again, if you haven't seen it, go and look up Martinelli's goal for Arsenal in the dying minutes of the match. What a goal it was. I think both these sides have quality, and Newcastle, away from home, that's 3 0-0 draws in a row. But at home, Newcastle are a good side. And I look at Arsenal, I think they're strong enough to win, and if I had to pick a winner, I would pick them. But I don't know, for some reason something tells me Newcastle might score a couple goals and get a draw. I'm going for another Desmond, another 2-2 draw on this one. I can see both teams shaking hands, going for a point and pushing on, so 2-2 is where I'm going. And then the final game of the week is Everton against West Ham in a David Moyes derby. Moyes, of course, in charge of Everton. And I think, is it a Graham Potter derby as well? I think Potter might have been in charge of Everton briefly. But I just look at this and I think Everton at the Hill Dickinson is going to be something else this season. The likes of Jack Grealish and Keenan Dewsbury Hall are linking up really well. I can't see anything other than an Everton win here, and they'll probably get Graham Potter sacked, but if he isn't already. But it's just a matter of how many goals. I'm going to give Everton a clean sheet. I was tempted by 1, but you know what? I'm going to put it up. 2-0 Everton. 2-0 to Everton. I have been impressed by them this season, especially at the Hill Dickinson. And yeah, I'm going for them to win another match. So 2-0 is where I'm going. And there you have it, guys. All 10 matches done and dusted for another game week. And yeah, we'll see how many of these come in. Probably not a lot because of all the draws. But yeah. Anyway, as I say, make sure to like and subscribe. And also tap the bell icon up there for notifications. And I'll see you all in the next one.